And Courtney, this warning from the US, UK, and Australia for their citizens to stay away from the airport is really concerning, as there are still quite a few people who are trying to get out of Afghanistan. What more can you tell us about what the US Embassy had to say?
The embassy said for Americans who are at 3 different gates around the airport to leave immediately, to avoid or to be mindful of large crowds, to not approach or try to come to the airport unless they are actually notified or contacted by an American official. So a real severe warning. Pretty soon after the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, spoke today, talking about what they could do possibly if the Taliban and regional countries could actually work on flights after the August 31st for Americans that aren't getting out before then. They are aggressively trying to reach those Americans that are still there. They've identified about 500 out of 1,000. They've said 4,500 and their families have already left. So it's a small group of people that the Secretary of State and the U.S. Embassy is speaking to, but nonetheless, in every day this week, they have been talking, the whole administration, including the president, about the threat of ISIS-K, that Daesh group, and other terror threats against the, potentially against the airport where all these international troops are residing right now and getting these evacuations going.
Courtney, Secretary Blinken says there is no deadline to get everyone out and the evacuations will continue. So how is the process going?
Not the evacuations. The evacuations will end on August 31st. That's clear. The military evacuations, for instance, the Turkish military, which had originally been tasked with monitoring the airport and in charge of all the security of the airport while the Afghan government was going to stay in place. Now with the Taliban in place, the troops will be packing up and leaving. Already 300 military personnel have already left from the U.S. They're even hoping that some of these evacuations will all but be done by Tuesday ahead of that deadline. What Secretary of State Blinken is talking about is that they have an agreement with the Taliban, or at least a verbal agreement or reassurances that after August 31st, there's the potential for the airport to remain open. Also, the Secretary said he was talking, and other countries were hoping to work with regional countries to help keep the airport open, but no guarantees. I mean, they're just basically saying that they hope to keep it open. The Taliban, it's based on their word, but right now they are aggressively trying to contact Americans while also putting out the security alert for Americans for right now to stay away from the airport.
All right, Courtney Keeley in Washington. Courtney, thank you.